Brittany Bear Makeup here. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today's video, I'm going to show you how I got this perfect fall look just in time for Thanksgiving and the holidays. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And also turn on your post notifications so you guys could be a part of my bear family. And if you want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching.
You are now rocking with
Brittany, bitch.
Alright guys, so let's get started on this look. I'm first going to start with my eyes. So I'm going to begin by priming my eyes. And I'm going to be applying a little bit of my Tarte Shape Tape. And this is in the shade Light Medium. And I'm then going to be taking this brush and just buffing that in. This is going to act as a primer before I actually put on the eyeshadow. So I'm tapping the product in and just buffing and blending that all over my eyelid. Now to ensure that the eye primer actually stays on my eye, I'm going to be taking a little bit of translucent powder and just applying that to mattify all of the concealer I just applied. So for this look, I decided to use my Huda Beauty palette. This is actually one of the first palettes she came out with. And I'm going to be taking the color Sandalwood and I'm going to be applying this into my crease. So I'm picking up my Morphe eyeshadow brush and I'm going to be applying that into the product. And then I'm slightly just applying this back and forth in windshield wiper movements right into the crease of my eye. So as you guys can see, it's very subtle, nothing too crazy yet, but I'm just creating a transition color before I start building the colors up. So now that I have applied that color into my crease, I'm gonna go in and use this dark chocolate color from the palette. It is in the shade Cocoa, and I'm going to be applying this all over my lid. Picking up that same flat brush I applied the primer with, I'm gonna go ahead and dip that into Cocoa, and I'm gonna begin by pressing the product into my eyelid. So now that I have applied the product to the eye, I'm going to go back in the first shade I started off with and go ahead and buff and blend those two colors together. So going into the crease once again, I'm now going to create a seamless transition between the darker shade and the lighter shade. So it's okay to spend a little bit of time blending everything out. You want to make sure that everything looks very poppin'. Alright, so now that I have done the other eye, we're going to go back in and we're going to start adding some shimmers to this look. I'm going to be using the same palette. I'm going to take the shade Blessed, which is right here, and I'm going to be applying this to my lid. And I'm going to be almost carving out as if I was doing a cut crease. So I'm pressing down and just sweeping the pigment across my eye. So I'm going to go in, actually, I'm going to try this. I got these from MAC Cosmetics, and these are the MAC pigments. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my eyelid because I feel like it needs to pop a little bit more. So I'm going to layer this on top. You could probably just skip the other step, actually, and go straight to this. But since I already did it, I'll just repeat it on the other eye. Alright, so this is how it came out. I'm actually really impressed with both products. I think the Huda Beauty palette definitely gave me that beautiful like brown smoky eye I wanted. And then the MAC product really just made my eyes pop. So let's start off by using my MAC Prep and Prime. And I actually really like this primer. It's been working really well for me. My face has stayed really matte throughout the day. So the next step is foundation, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that my new obsession right now is the Jouer foundation. This is like the holy grail of full coverage foundations. So this is the color I'm going to be using. It is in the shade Latte, and I'm going to be applying a little bit to my hand. So I like to do this first and then almost just put little dots all over my face, just like that. I just got my eyebrow, my bad. Do my nose and my chin. So to blend it all, I'm actually going to be taking this sponge right here. This is from Elsie Cosmetics, but I'm going to start blending before my foundation dries on me and then I look crusty. So I'm going to be patting the product into my face. So as you guys can see, these are just a couple dots, but the coverage of it is beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and just continue blending my whole face out. So this is what the foundation looks after it's been blended. I honestly couldn't be happier with the way that it blends out, the coverage of it. Jouer, guys, all the way, best foundation for full coverage that I've tried this far. So I'm going to be applying, once again, Tarte Shape Tape in the color Light Medium. I'm going to be applying this to the areas I want to bring more light to my face. So since I like a good snatched nose, I'm going to be doing it down the center of my nose, carrying it up to the lower part of my forehead, underneath my eye, and focus it right here where I want normally my highlight to show, and on my chin. So I'm going to go in with the same sponge and just start blending that out. So the one little trick that I have for Tarte Shape Tape is you want to work very quickly. It does dry very fast. You definitely want to go in steps because you will have a little bit more trouble blending it out if you wait too long. I'm going to be setting my under eyes because I like them bright with my Hello Flawless, and this is from Benefit Cosmetics, one of my favorite powders to use. This is in the shade Ivory, which is a beautiful bone color. I'm going to be taking that same sponge once again and applying the product underneath my eyes and to all the areas that I highlighted a little bit brighter. I'm then going to go in with translucent powder, and I'm going to be using the rest of this powder to set all over my face. Okay, so now that I've applied the powder to all over my face, I'm going to be applying just a little bit underneath my eye. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to go in and smoke eyeshadow underneath my eye, and I don't want any fallout to ruin all my foundation and hard work. So I'm grabbing the end of this blender and I'm going to be applying just a little bit of translucent powder without blending it in right underneath my eye, just like that. Alright, so now I'm picking up this same Huda Beauty palette and I'm going to be using the same two shades. I'm going to begin smoking underneath my eye. So first I'm applying the shade and then I'm going to really go in and buff and blend it out. So taking that blender brush, I'm going to go in and start buffing and blending out those colors. So this is what it should look like after you blend it out. Then I'm going to grab a big fluffy brush and I'm just going to sweep off any of that excess translucent powder. Alright guys, so the next step is one of my favorites because right now I feel really dead and I feel like a face full of powder. So I'm going to go ahead and bronze myself up. I'm going to be taking my Hoola Benefit Bronzer, which is one of my favorite bronzers of all time. It's like the perfect universal shade. And a big fluffy brush from the Morphe collection. And I'm just going to begin by placing bronzer where my cheekbone is, right here, and begin buffing and blending this out. I'm also going to be buffing and blending some bronzer onto my lower chin to give it some color, and then onto my forehead so I don't look so one-toned. Alright guys, so I'm really excited about this because I'm introducing to you guys for the first time my collaboration with Morphe brushes. It's actually not the first time, but it's the first time on my channel. So these are my babies. These are my 3 brushes that I use to snatch my nose. You have the 3, the 6, and the O. So I'm actually going to be using 2 of the brushes today, the 6 and the O brush, because I'm going to do a lighter, more everyday type of nose contour. Everyday for me at least. Probably to everyone else, I'm going to look crazy. But I'm going to be using the same Hoola bronzer, and I'm going to be applying this onto my 6 brush. I'm going to be starting from the inner part of my eye right here, and just slightly dragging down a line. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of that shadow underneath. This is going to shorten the length of my nose by applying some product on the bottom tip. And then I want to give myself like that button-like nose. So I'm going to go ahead, just slightly, just like that. Looks crazy for now, but we are going to buff and blend it out. So this is what it looks like as of right now. So then picking up my MO brush, I'm going to be applying that Hello Flawless powder, and I'm going to begin the blending process. So I'm going to start by applying this to the sides of my nose. This is going to make my nose appear a lot slimmer in size. And I'm just going to buff. I'm going to buff out the harsh lines. So once I slightly blended it out, I'm going to go ahead and apply some highlight. This is what's really going to take my nose contour to the next level. So I'm going to be using MAC Soft and Gentle. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little to the tip, just like that. You want to make sure you blend it out so you don't have like this crazy Rudolph nose. I'm then going to be applying that same highlight to the bridge of my nose. Alright, so once we have the whole nose contouring part done, I'm going to go ahead and take my Morphe setting spray, and I'm going to be applying this all over my face. So you want to let this dry completely. Alright, so after I applied the setting spray, I'm going to take a Morphe M528 brush right here, and I'm going to be applying my Soft and Gentle once again to my highlighted areas. I also like to bring it up on the temple area just so that it looks more flawless. I'm going to be applying a little bit to my forehead. I'm going to go in and take my Benefit Cosmetics Dandelion Blush. This is the most beautiful blush ever. It's super subtle, which I really love, and it's very like light pink. And I'm going to smile this time and apply the blush on the apples of my cheek and blend it into my bronzer. So for eyebrows, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is medium brow eyebrow pencil. This pencil really allows me to just slightly make my eyebrows a little bit more shaped without having them look too crazy or overdone. So as you guys can see, they're starting to look a lot more shaped, but they're not looking too overdone. When you get to the front, you want to be a lot more light-handed. That way the strokes look more like natural hairs rather than a very dark eyebrow from the beginning to the end. So I am going to be applying false lashes, but I always like to apply a light coat, a mascara, over my actual lashes just to ensure that any fallout from eyeshadow is nicely coated. That way when we apply the lashes, they don't look dusty. I'm going to be applying my eyelash glue. This one is from House of Lashes. I'm going to be applying this onto my lash. Alright guys, so I went ahead and applied eyeliner on off camera. I was having one of those days where my eyeliner kept getting thicker and longer, so I would rather salvage the makeup look rather than just ruining it altogether. So, alright, so now that we have applied that, we are going to finish off this look with the lip color. So for the lips today, I'm going to go ahead and be using Huda Beauty's liquid lipsticks. In the shade, this one is Venus, which is a beautiful neutral brown shade. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I hope all of you guys enjoyed my first ever makeup tutorial. Make sure you guys give me your feedback down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and also turn on my post notifications. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.